I should turn the so good boy, come in. Good boy. So anything like this, but I say if I was to stand up, because it would push me over the dog like that, my head would go over the dog and that would be confrontational. So what I would be doing is if I did want to stand up, again, just to show you, it would be get a pile of food, and I'm using a lot of food now. You're not going to be using food forever. This is only in the very early stages, because over time he's got to do a lot more to get one piece of food. So at the moment it's very easy for him. Food, all good behaviour food. So now I want to stand up, I'm going to use this food to just get his attention over there and slowly feed and slowly stand. Or I would throw it towards you, so that it goes over his head, he disengages from me, and I can stand up with that, with his attention. Or you could call him to you. So if I was sat here, you just have to have I know it's difficult because you have to have a bit of a strategy for your visitors to go, if you want to go to the toilet, let me know, put your hand up, say, please, can I go to the toilet? And then you can distract your dog away so that it's not so stressful for them. And when I say stressful, we're not talking about bad stress, it's just whatever the perception is in the dog's brain at that moment, he's going to just go, I'm struggling. So again, if you take control of that situation, you take the pressure off your dog, and what you're saying to your dog is, you don't need to worry about this, matey, I've got it. I've got your back, I'm taking care of this. Good boy. But if you'd have said, when I came out, we'd have said that I'd be sat in your front room with your dog, stroking him, and I can't believe he's 11 months.
No, he's nearly 10. Yeah.
Nearly 10. Yeah. I can't believe he's 10 months.
Because his dad was a King Shepherd, you see.
Oh wow!
So we didn't find that out till after we bought him.
But if, like I say, if I'd have said to you, if I'd have come out and said to you, right, at the end of this session, I'm going to be sat in your living room.
I probably wouldn't have. I would have been like, yeah, you might be, but he'll be barking. Like, I did not, because we always thought you had to think about men. As well. So the fact that you've opted out of mine, it's like. Yeah.
Well, men, believe it or not, are one of what we call the 12 subliminal bite stimuli. So there are, when I say bite stimuli, these are just things that would trigger a dog to put their mouth on you. So when we say bite, I don't mean horrendous bite, I'm just saying that would trigger a dog to try and leave it that. 7 are around touch, so touching the ears, touching the nose, touching the neck, touching the private parts, touching the tail, direct eye-to-eye contact and putting your arm over their shoulder, so hugging them. That's 7.
Okay.
Oh, good boy. Then we get men, strangers and children. So I'm a strange man, so I'm 2 of those already. And then you get valued objects, and then you get weird and scary stuff. So those are the 12. Good boy. But again, one of the other things to watch out for is a hand going over the head. You'll notice why I'm stroking him to the side or under his chest is because, again, it's not as confrontational as going over the head. Good boy. Yes. But you can see now I can then do that because we build that little bit of confidence, we build that little bit of trust. But this doesn't mean that tomorrow, I know that he's going to not bark. Because it takes a lot of repetitions to just create this neural pathway that goes, come into the front. I mean, look at that. That's what you want. You want him on his hip. If he pops up from it, don't worry. Okay? But the more that he goes down onto that, come on, good boy. So at the moment, like I say, he's in that prone position, but if he rolls onto his hip, that's true calmness. Okay? Good boy. We like that. That's what we want. And then just short sessions like this. So even for any visitor that you've got coming in, obviously pick the more confident ones to start with. And you might have to start further away. So you might have to keep him at that doorway a little bit longer, because with people that have already been and he's barked at, there's a learned history. Obviously with me, yes, he barked a lot in the garden. We worked out a strategy that worked. We got him outside, we did the walk. He was quite happy with that. We came into the house, and what you saw then is him bark at me again, which is always interesting because, like you said, how come he's been like that outside and he's let you stroke him, he's let you interact with him, he's done all that, and then we came back in and it's like bark, bark again. Can you paw? Yes, good boy. It is a different trigger picture and the house is different, so we have to go right back through it. We increase the stimulus by coming into the house, we go right back to the beginning and make it easy for him. Good boy. Yes, what a good boy. And then the key test now is, obviously I've got food on me. What I want you to do is, just because he might not come away from it, if I give you a piece of food, there you go. And so he's with me now, so what I want to see is whether you can get him to come to you away from me, because don't forget I've been feeding him a lot. Oh, right. So now you've got him disengaging from me. So if I now start to move, yeah, good boy. So he's like, it's all right, you can call him to you, or I can give him, so you call him to you. Yeah, give him some of that, yeah. Good boy. And if I give you another piece, there you go. You call him to you. I'm going to now move again. Good boy. But no barking, so he did come over. That's it. So now if I stand up, and then I can reward. So these are all things you have to practice.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a case of, it's deliberately creating the situation. So this is what we call training for the situation, not in it. So it's almost like saying to any visitor, right, we're going to have to do a bit of training. Find some people that might be confident. So if I sit down, now the test is far enough away from me, I'm going to stand up. Oh, good boy.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wouldn't do it if he was close, because it would naturally mean that as I stand up, if he's this close, my head is naturally, as I push up, my head is going to go up and over his head like that, and it's going to be a bit confrontational.
Yeah.
So taking the pressure off him by having him further away, so I would like go throw some food over there. Good boy. And then come sit down.
Okay.
But to condition him to me sitting down and standing up, so he's in that sit, what I'll be doing is I'll be going, move, reward.
Okay.
Move, reward. Move, reward. But this would just be his dinner.
Okay.
Or an equivalent amount, so you've not worked hard enough yet for that one, mate. Come on. So on his hip, rolled onto his hip. So the position that you can see how his foot is underneath there. That because he can't pounce like that. Yeah, now you're pushing it, aren't you? Good boy. And anything like that, he's not. I mean, he's not. So let's be very clear. This is not an aggressive dog.
I'm glad you confirmed.
Yeah, he is a nervous, excited dog, but he's not that nervous that it's fear. Okay, because if it was fear, he wouldn't take food.
Yeah.
So he gets sort of excited and then worried. Excited and worried. And those two things just give you this weird dichotomy of behaviours.
Okay.
But if he would not put himself, can you talk? So like that, an aggressive dog would never do that, because they will never put themselves off balance deliberately, because it weakens them in terms of position.
Yeah.
You, my friend, oh, good boy. So even I can put my hand near his mouth.
Yeah.
Good boy. But what I'll do is I'll reward.
Yeah.
So it's like anything like that, I'm just going, yes, this is good. There you go, you get paid. So you just got to pair his food with all these things and a few repetitions. I think how he's learned things today, I don't think it's going to take you long at all, because he came in that doorway, you know, and what, 3 times?
Yeah.
So barking, lunging, took him away, brought him back, took him away, brought him back, took him away, brought him back. It's like this.
So you know when we have, I am going to pick like the most confident first, but we'll start in the garden. Should we do the walk thing as well?
Yes, I would do exactly what we've done.
Okay.
Yeah, just because it worked.
Yeah.
And even if that walk out there could be missed,
yeah,
and we could go straight to this, one of my favourite sayings in dog training is if you think you're going too slow, go slower.
Okay.
So by adding in all the components that just make everything pleasurable for him linked to that person, I'll take every opportunity. We know that this is the ultimate goal in here, but I'd work on everything else first. A lot of people would say, well, all I'm going to do is I'm going to work on just in this living room because this is where you want to eventually come in. But you're missing some vital learning stages, you know, for Steve to just be able to go, right, this person is good outside, because also think about going on a walk at some point. People he approaches all of a sudden don't have the same. So you're actually killing two birds with one stone by doing all those three components. And because he's done it with me, we know he can. Obviously, you've just got to be confident enough to be able to kind of try and do the similar. But that's why I'm here, is I'm going to help you through that, and we've got support, and you can send me videos if something goes. You'll have good days and bad days. If a day's going wrong and you can actually just get your phone and film it and send it to me, then we can have a look and go, okay, well, let's just tinker with this. Good boy. Good boy. Can you sit? Good boy. You have done so well, buddy. I am so proud of you. I mean, look at that tongue over the front teeth. You know, that's as, that look there is as close as you get to what we call a doggy smile. And so that means the mouth is fully sort of open. You get the commissures, which are the corners of the mouth, and the tongue is just over those front teeth. Ears nice and relaxed. Oh. Good boy. Focus on the treat pouch a little bit, but I say over time, the treats will get less and less, and eventually there'll be no treats or one treat for a whole night. Honestly, I mean, I know we've gone treat a lot, but we will go to just so by the end of week 1, we want to be lowering the amount of food. By the end of week 2, it's like, give the right behaviour, get a fuss. So like you were doing with the stroking him on his chest, just to calm him down. Good boy, nice and gentle. We'll do more of that. And we have to use food, which is what we call a primary reinforcer, to maintain behaviour. But we're always going to pair it with a good boy, well done. Okay, nice job. And then we can then get away with not using the food. And he has to work much harder to get. And as you probably noticed with these, I'm snapping these into really, I mean, I'm giving him like that much. That's enough. Cool.
So you know how you said you were like booked until July? Would that be when we would next see you?
Yeah, I mean, the idea is you get 8 weeks of support anyway.
So
you're going to work through that. I'm going to send you a plan of things and just a recap, so that you can remember. Obviously, we're kind of taking these videos so you can have a look back, so you can just see and play about with it. Have a go. If you only want to do the outdoor and the walk, and then don't come in, that's fine. You know, day 1, you haven't got to do everything we've done here. Just take it in nice steady stages. Yes, good boy. And and then we can plan in. So I can send you a link, so if you want to book in, get a slot booked in, obviously for next time, so it's in there. But we'll go from there.
And you know that I told you about the kennel and stuff. Do you think it'd be an idea for us to get him used to like the people that work there and stuff?
So I say, if you can, if you're able to do so, drive him to the kennels, drive out. Drive him to the kennels, open the boot, close the boot, drive out. If he's in the boot, obviously. Drive him to the kennels, open the boot, get him out the boot, get him back in it. Now you could do that instead of his walk. So you could spend, if the kennel's not too far away, or if it's okay to do. So you just take him there, and then you build that. So he picks up the scent of that area of, oh, I go there, I come out, oh, I've got no food, mate, I've got no food. But go to sleep. What, you gonna lie down? Good boy. So and I'll just, now you can see I'm asking him to do more. So before it was a sit, now it's a sit and a down, and now I'm holding that delay. So he's got to work harder and he's got to be calmer for longer. He's not quite onto his hip, but he's in a lay down. But I might just wait a little bit and see if he drops down a little bit more. Because that's almost what we call a fake lie down.
It's like he's trying, isn't it?
So just take him there as often as possible, mix it up, change it up, do different things, vary it about, and then eventually get him out, take him in. Because if you get him used to the place first, then get him used to the people, the problem is for him would be taking into a new place, new people, new sounds,
Yeah.
that's a lot for any dog.
Yeah.
Whereas if we can go, get used to the new place, happy with the new place, add in the people, he's already dealt with the place, so that doesn't trigger him. Then he calms down with the people, and then we get the sounds. So you just take it nice and steady from him, just makes it nice and easy for him.
Okay.
Cool.